Welcome to Soulful Jewish Living, Mindful Practices for Every Day, with me, Josh Fagelson. I'm grateful you're here, and I hope you benefit from our time together. There's a classic story in the Midrash that's attributed to the ancient sage Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai. It goes like this. A group of people were traveling on a boat. One of them took a drill and began to create a hole underneath his own seat. Everyone else on the boat looked at this person and said, "Dude, what are you doing?" The man shot back, "What does it matter to you? I'm only drilling under my own seat." To which the rest of the travelers pointed out what you and I already knew. "Well, sure, but we're all on this boat together. Your hole will flood the boat for all of us." The point, of course, is that this isn't just true for people at sea. It's true for all of us. We are, to use the metaphor, in the same boat, even if so much of the time we forget that. This is the final episode in our miniseries leading up to July 4th and the 250th anniversary of American independence. Over the past 5 episodes, we've explored how we might rethink the idea of independence and focus instead on interdependence. Today, as we conclude this series, I want to drill down, a little further and reflect on what Jewish wisdom might have to offer us at this moment. Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai's story is many centuries old, but it feels like it could have been written today. What does that tell us? Maybe that the challenge of trying to maintain a society, to live together in peace, is nothing new. It's as old as human beings. There's something in human nature that makes us both capable of selfishness and generosity. We are, it seems, drawn to thinking about me, myself, and mine, and occasionally about we, ourselves, and ours. But for most of us, thinking in terms of we and us doesn't always come naturally. It requires practice. That's particularly true in our society today. And one could argue that the word independence contributes to a bit of the selfishness we might witness or experience. That's why Professor Jeremy Engels, whose book we've been using as a guide in this series, wrote his Declaration of Interdependence. Earlier in this series, I pointed out that while American society is built on the idea of rights, Judaism is rooted in the idea of responsibility. That's kind of the point of the boat story. You might think you have the right to drill a hole under your own seat, but you have a responsibility to make sure the rest of the boat doesn't sink and cause everyone else to drown. And that responsibility trumps your right to drill. In the language of the Torah, what we're talking about might be best expressed by the word brit, or covenant. A brit isn't just a contract. It's a sacred, binding, ongoing commitment to live together, to support each other, and to be mutually responsible for one another. In the Torah, God makes 3 covenants. In reverse chronological order, those covenants are 1, with the Israelites at Mount Sinai, 2, with Abraham and his descendants, and 3, in the OG covenant with all of humanity through the character of Noah. For our purposes, I want to focus on what it feels like to be part of a covenant. I can't speak for anyone else, but for me, I sense 2 really big things. The first is roots. Because I sense myself as bound by a series of ancient covenants, I feel like I have really deep, strong, powerful roots extending back hundreds of generations. Whenever I might feel like I'm the only person in human history who has ever had to deal with this, I take a breath and I remember that I have so many ancestors who are part of this brit. And I feel them supporting me. That's pretty huge. The other big thing I experience is that sense of responsibility. Despite Thomas Jefferson's language, I'm not only here to pursue my own happiness. My membership in an ancient covenant really does make me feel, like in my kishkas, that I'm here for a purpose that involves all of us, not just me. Jeremy Engels writes about the great 19th century American poet Walt Whitman, sometimes called the seer of democracy. Engels says, quote, "To sing the song of myself is to belt out an autobiographical anthem of ands, a canto of connection, a chant of cooperation, a lullaby of living together. The song of myself is my song, but I did not write it alone. It is a collaboration," unquote. At a time when we can often feel so divided, I feel like this is a more important message than ever. So here's a final practice to try in this series on interdependence. Wherever you are right now, whether you're walking, driving, or sitting quietly, just notice the physical reality of this moment. If it's safe to do so, let your eyes close or simply soften your gaze or turn inward. Take a deep breath in, filling your lungs, and let it go. In Jewish tradition, we speak of brit, a covenant. A covenant isn't just a contract, it is a sacred, binding relationship of mutual responsibility. It's the recognition that our lives are inextricably linked to the lives of others. As you breathe in, bring to mind the people you share an explicit covenant with. Maybe your family, your closest friends, perhaps your ancestors or your community. Feel the weight and the beauty of those bonds, the strength of those roots nourishing and supporting you. Feel how your own energy is flowing back into those roots. Now let's widen that lens. Jeremy Engels reminds us that even our individual identity, our song of myself, is a collaboration. There is an unspoken covenant, a brit, that connects us to everyone sharing this world with us right now. We rely on the hidden labor, the cooperation, and the shared humanity of countless strangers just to live our daily lives. Take a deep breath, and as you hold it, think about your place in this massive, interconnected web, another source of roots that are nourishing and supporting you. And again, feel how your own energy flows back into those roots. Exhale completely, and perhaps as you do, you might try to let go of the illusion that we exist in isolation. Alongside our declaration of independence, we can recognize our interdependence too. Let's hold the intention today to honor our side of this sacred bargain, to see others not as background characters in our story, but as equal partners in a covenant of living together. Take one more deep breath, grounding yourself in that sense of brit, of shared responsibility. And as you exhale, send out a silent blessing of strength and peace to everyone keeping this world moving alongside you. Blessings for the fourth and for the journey. Know that I'm on it with you. Thank you for joining us for Soulful Jewish Living, Mindful Practices for Every Day, a production of Unpacked, a brand of Open Door Media, and the Institute for Jewish Spirituality. This episode is sponsored by Jonathan and Corey Califer and the Somerset Patriots, the Bridgewater, New Jersey-based AA affiliate of the New York Yankees. If you like this show, subscribe, share this episode with a friend, and give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Check out our website, unpacked.media, for everything Unpacked related, and subscribe to our other podcasts. And check out the Institute for Jewish Spirituality. Most importantly, be in touch about what you heard today, what you'd like to hear more about, or to dedicate an episode. Write to me at josh@unpacked.media. This episode was hosted by me, Rabbi Josh Fagelson. Audio was edited by Rob Pera, and were produced by Rivki Stern. Thanks for joining us.